What are the effects of bullying in school? Bullying in school creates long lasting effects that are harmful on students' academic performance, emotional development, and mental health, often hindering both educational achievement and personal growth. Imagine going to school every day with a racing heart, fearing the next shove, the next hit, or the next cruel word. It becomes a battlefield to countless students facing bullying. Whether you're a teacher, a student, a parent, or just simply a person who really cares about the well being of others, bullying in school is something that cannot be taken lightly. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, about 19% of students between the ages of 12 and 18 were reported being bullied in school. This is a statistic that underlines the seriousness of bullying on a student's academics, social life, and their emotions. This informative speech will tackle and examine how bullying in school affects numerous students academically, emotionally, and mentally. To begin with, it is essential to understand that bullying can significantly affect a student's academic performance due to the stress it brings to an individual. Students find it very hard to concentrate on their studies when they're constantly thinking about when they will get bullied. These targeted students constantly experience depression and anxiety that directly affects their ability to intake information as well as performing well on tasks. Now, during a research study by Jun Sung Hong, research shows that victims of bullying tend to miss school frequently and are less engaged in school, as well as dropping out of school. These victims might skip school to avoid bullies. They may feel overwhelmingly anxious to participate in class, leading to obtaining low grades as well as lacking interest in their education. According to a study by Ladd and others, students who suffer from high chronic levels of bullying had a much lower academic performance than those who do not suffer from bullying. These effects may lead to students to feel too unsafe to even continue to go to school. Therefore, they just end up dropping out. Another significant effect bullying can have on a student is the emotional harm that it causes. Bullying can make victims feel nervous to be around other people and make them feel unworthy. Being laughed at and feeling like they don't belong may lead to isolation. This can lead one to believe that no one cares about them or are not valued. Isolation is a major cause that leads students to avoid such interactions with others and make it so much harder for them to trust in others. These victims tend to feel nervous due to the fear of humiliation. This nervousness can turn into an overwhelming challenge in their daily and school activities, whether it be walking to class, challenge, being in the classroom, raising their hands, or interacting with peers. This stress can make it challenging for one to relax and focus. When these students are constantly humiliated, they start to believe that they don't deserve the respect and kindness that they deserve. This emotional damage does not disappear overnight. However, it can take a major toll on them as an adult. In an article, Ellen DeLara conducted a study that out of the 72 participants, 9 of those young adults defined themselves as depressed or suffering from depression as children as a consequence of bullying. This finding shows that bullying can take a major toll on students' mental health up until adulthood. In addition to harming students, bullying can take a severe toll on a student's mental health. Major effects of bullying are feelings of insecurity and anxiety. Students may feel mentally unsafe because they fear of what's next. What could the next move be? Could it be a push, a shove, or could it be a threat? This insecurity can make a student feel like school is a dangerous place rather than a safe one. These effects can develop into a clinical depression, and which can lead to thoughts of suicide or self-harm. According to WebMD, research shows the different mental health difficulties that affect young students, such as panic disorder, agoraphobia, and anxiety. A severe effect that bullying can have on the students leads them to having traumatic symptoms. Students may experience having upsetting thoughts, traumatizing flashbacks, or have post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD. These events happen due to harmful and scary past experiences. Bullying creates a detrimental experience that affects a student's ability to feel safe, socialize, and to learn in school. As I conclude this speech, let's return to the central issue. Bullying in school creates long-lasting effects that hinders both the educational achievement and personal growth of students in school, academically, emotionally, and mentally. We've discussed how bullying disrupts a student's academic performance, how it lowers one's self-esteem and confidence, and how it can harm one's mental health that results in anxiety, depression, and PTSD. These consequences impact students in many ways and do not fade away instantly. Instead, they're carried with these victims of bullying throughout their entire life by shaping how they grow, learn, and interact. Let these consequences be the reason why we need to build communities to make students feel safe, strong, and supported. Thank you.